Let's go live. What do you say? So greetings and aloha. What's going on? It's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com, along with my very, very good friend
Robbie from Walking My Shoes, Thailand.
Skadoosh. We started off. Where the hell is Christy? Is she here?
I don't think Christy's on yet. It's kind of early for you guys. We know it is a different time.
Yeah, but here, check this out. You know who is here, though?
You know what? We got a studio audience.
Oh, my
right
God.
here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mariano has come by the studio this morning.
Thank you, Mario, for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, man. It's really, really great to see you. He's all the way from basically KL via Germany. Or is it Germany via KL, I suppose, either way.
I don't know. He's got a kind of cool accent, I think.
Yeah. Well, agreed. But here's the other thing, too, is that I just feel like incredibly international being able to say KL. Kind of like when I lived in San Diego. I was like, oh, yeah, dude, we're going down to TJ. Not Tijuana, but like TJ.
Yeah, that shithole.
I'll tell you what.
That's right.
Scum of the earth, especially when I was down there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
okay.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, my God, dude. I'm so jazzed you're here. I'm so glad all you guys are here. We had a little bit of a technical issue this morning, so if you heard me saying bad things before I said, hi, greetings and aloha, then I blame the internet and Bill Gates for all of that. But here's the great thing. Today, 19 November 2022. Today, 3 friggin' years.
3 years, guys.
I have been in Thailand for 3 years.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It is a gratitude attack moment.
So that's a skadoosh moment.
That's a skadoosh moment.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. What happens when we use knuckles with Christy?
I don't know.
Is that a
Knuckling?
little knuckle thing? Someone told me about. Joe told me all about knuckles.
What's
interesting? The last time I was here.
I know somebody who likes knuckles, but you know what?
Wow. Okay. You know what? Here's the thing. So did I tell you? I actually found out her real name. Ratanya.
Ratanya.
Yeah, as in like the furniture. And I'm like, wait a minute. Did you used to work at IKEA? Did they name like things that I sit on after you?
We can ask our studio guest.
We
from
could.
Germany.
I suppose.
IKEA, right? Is IKEA
Oh,
German?
Jesus, dude. How does your sock taste? Because that foot went right into your mouth. Yeah, exactly.
But that's all right.
No, Germany is BMW, Mercedes, Bilstein shock absorbers, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? BMW.
T-Mobile.
You got me on BMW because I'm a BMW lover.
You are a big fan of the BMW.
Yep,
yeah,
that and
as you
palms,
should be.
We're good to go.
Sweaty
palms.
Sweaty palms or sweaty balls? 12 people watching. Holy mother of God. We have an entire jury of people judging us.
That's
12.
Right. 3 minutes in at an earlier time than normal.
Yeah, we're starting early. And
definitely thanks for tuning in, guys.
It's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect anyone to show up other than, of course, the cool kids. Welcome to the Cool Kids table, and welcome here early. Big Guys 45s, thank you so much for coming by, my friend. And, Soy Mafia is here. No judgment from them. Man, I got to tell you, want to talk about, I got to stay on my toes. It's just that person.
With the Soy Mafia?
Yeah. They're just like, yeah, here, Mike, let me tell you why you're wrong on everything.
Because it isn't so easy. It isn't easy being cool, guys. It really isn't. So welcome to the Cool Kids table.
Totally.
We're our own table.
Yeah. So 3 years, right? So 3 years today. I drove up to Los Angeles, LAX from San Diego, dropped off my rental car. And that was it. Like, I was done with San Diego. I canceled my electric, canceled water, canceled my lease, left the keys on the table for where I was staying, basically. And it was so freeing, And here's the interesting thing is I think a lot of people watch me, guys like you, bunch of people that YouTube that come over here, and they think that it is just like a decision that occurs like on a Friday and then the following Monday, like you're in Thailand.
Yes.
It was like 4 years prior that I was, basically commuting to Bangkok.
That's a good point because, as you guys know, following my journey, 2019 was my first trip, and wheels on the ground, I'm like, I want to live here, pretty much.
Okay, so how long did it take you? Because we've talked about this, especially on the first interview you did with me. How long did it take? Like, in other words, you land in Bangkok.
And then when I felt like, hey, I got to live
here.
Within a week.
Within the first
week, I knew it. Now, keep in mind, guys, I've been following YouTube channels like crazy. Mike's channel from Live My Ass Off.
Just tell your friends.
Boom, YouTube. I've been
Skadoosh.
Okay.
Skadoosh. Christy, $5. Hello, I'm dying over here. I'm not even wearing pants, Christy. I need $5.
I don't even know if she's on.
She better be on.
But yeah, I've been following YouTube channels, and then when I got here, it was pretty darn amazing. And I said, man, I got to live here. And from that moment, my 10-year plan turned into a 3-year plan. So I'm a 10-year planner type guy, a business owner.
10 years from now, I'm going to be wherever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, I just noticed we had a connection problem, so I really apologize if you guys had any sort of degree. You're watching live, right, though? So
yeah, we're live.
We're living the dream on the spot.
Yep.
So all you got to do is make sure you go to youtube.com/@thespot_Thailand,
Yep.
and you'll stay at the cool kids table regardless of the internet imperfections that may occur from down here. We're actually in a Starbucks, and we want to give a big shout out to True Digital Park,
That's right.
101 True Digital Park, and the Starbucks that basically is right next to, conveniently enough, a True Coffee. So that's
right next door. Guys.
That's the beauty of like competition here in Thailand, right? If you open up something and then it's successful, what happens is someone open up something exactly right next to you, So
yeah. So when you see our studio, it's at a Starbucks.
Right, exactly. And someday there'll probably be a studio right next to us. If we're successful in Thailand, the indication is that there will be another studio right next to us, obviously of limited competence.
And you can become a part of our studio audience.
My God, yeah. Let's
have clap chat. What do you call it? Clap tracks?
Laugh tracks.
What?
Laugh tracks, yeah. But so that's the thing. We're not really laughing, right? We're all about, look at that. See, look at that. He's an absolute star. We got you behind the softbox, and we got Mariano over there representing Germany, as well as T-Mobile, actually, which is very nice. So the gratitude attack actually started happening a while ago, of course, as you know, because you started watching the videos. But for the same, like in the last week or two, I was talking to my mom on Sunday, and she's like, "Oh, well, how do you feel?" And well, Mom, I feel fucking amazeballs. I didn't want to have to go through the whole definition of that, but I was like, it just, first of all,
I love it if you can talk to your mom really that way, Mom. It feels.
You say that now,
amazing.
but to be able to talk to an 85-year-old woman and use that kind of language, trust me, she'd have to be a little bit, like dementia would probably have already set in, so that's not a good thing. But I along the way, like my first month here, my first 6 months, my 1 year anniversary, that sort of thing, every single milestone, if you will, it still feels right.
It does.
And I was skeptical. I thought, okay, there's going to be a time where I'm just like, oh my God, have you seen the friggin' fiber optics hanging everywhere? I hate that. It's so friggin' dirty. It rains all the time, like 2 days ago, you and I were on the BTS. It's pouring rain, and both of you and I are like, God, I hate rain, but I love this. God, I hate Bangkok. So God, I hate big cities, but I friggin' love Bangkok.
Yeah, you got to learn to get over things, right? I
guess, but either get over it or get the hell out. And that's basically what my solution was for Southern California. Because Southern California was awesome until it was not.
Yeah.
And then Thailand became basically amazeballs.
It did. It's amazing here. And guys, again, like Mike said, you got to get over some of the small things. If you think about where you're living at now, what you have, and the issues you have, come to Thailand. It's just different. But it's not that big of a deal. I mean, we're talking about not having napkins at a restaurant. We are talking about that.
So we were having a discussion because, at the end of the day, one could argue we're pretty pro-Thailand, right?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
then there's a bias, of course. It's kind of like, Mike, what do you think of Filipino women? Well, I only care about the one, but I think they're freaking spectacular.
What do you think of the Philippines?
Yeah, right, exactly. No, they're totally incompetent. But it's like, oh, hey, Robbie, do you like Thai girls? Yeah. Everyone named Kitty is friggin' awesome, right? So it's like, I get it. There's that bias. But to be fair, I would submit to you that, potentially it's a bias. But again, I've done this for 3 years. And I would argue if you do something for 3 years, it's either yes or no. I mean, you're not like, I hate it, but I got to live here another year. I don't know. Maybe not.
And guys, I've only been here a couple weeks, and I'm feeling the same things Mike's been feeling for 3 freaking years. Now, keep in mind, he's saying 3 years. That's full time. It was several years.
Yeah.
And I've mentioned 10 years previous videos. 10 years going in and out of this country. Total, right? Is that kind of your expat?
No, it was. So basically, it was. Let's see. It's 2020. Yeah. So it's literally 10 years this month that I came for the first time. Here you go. You want to use this?
Nope.
That actually works a little bit better because I know the trackpad's kind of lame. Asus, not going to be a sponsor of ours anytime soon. It is a rare find. And so how many of you guys, when you first came over here and you're at a table, you look around for a napkin or whatever, and you're like, toilet paper?
Yeah, what the heck is
this?
That? And guys, I have a freaking beard, and I'm rubbing my face.
Flakes.
And depending on what place you're at. And so I had this pack of pow. So I'm sitting here with Kitty. Kitty's my Thai girlfriend. She is my girlfriend. I shouldn't say my Thai girlfriend, but she is Thai.
I think it's funny how you say that. It's just like, she's my Thai girlfriend. Sorry. And then, of course, I have this girlfriend de español de Madrid. Hola, chica.
So we're sitting at, and I don't remember the name of the restaurant. I'm having Pacapao. Guys, Pacapao is a pork spicy with basil.
Okay, so it's rice with basil.
Yep, and pork.
Or no.
It could be pork, chicken, or whatever.
That would be pad kapow moo.
Yeah.
Right, I get pad kapow guy. Sure.
So that's kind of what I'm having is this pad kapow with the pork, but they make it extra spicy.
By default, yes.
And you guys, I go, my pet, which means means no spice.
Right.
So I guess what you're supposed to really say is no chili. Well, I didn't do that. And the point where I'm getting here is I'm eating it, and I have a beard.
Right.
And that spice gets on my freaking lips and my beard.
Yeah.
And then I take this little napkin that looks like toilet paper, and I'm doing this, and little shreds of white pieces with chilies are stuck around my face.
Dude, you are looking hot. Do we have a selfie of that? Do we have any pictures of like potentially you with, I don't know, let's just throw it out there, lady boys or, I mean, anything really that would be, that's pretty accurate.
That's about it.
Speaking of flecks of white paper and chilies, I don't know. That was it. I couldn't make the analogy fast enough, actually, on that one. So that was really bad. I apologize.
Nope, that's all right. That's all right.
Yes, Kitty is Thai. That's good to know. I was glad we clarified that.
She is Thai, 100% Thai. Lisa.
Well, now that she's gone through the English class, I mean, you can barely tell.
Do you know people, and Kitty and I have this little inside joke, people call her Filipina. Kitty will tell us.
And that's what's crazy, right? Because, of course, people look at Gracie, and they're like, you're Thai.
Because you both live here in Thailand.
Well, no, dude, we were in Vietnam. They thought she was Thai. We were in the Philippines. She doesn't look Thai. But
so let's go to this real quick. I mean, what's the reaction of people when you're with Gracie here? Because you both live here in Thailand, and you're not like central Bangkok, but you're pretty darn close.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
So you guys are seeing a lot of people. So who are they talking to? You or Gracie?
Yeah, no. They see us, especially around here, right? Because there's not like foreigners really as much. But yeah, they look at us as a couple, and then they look at her, and then they start speaking Thai, and then in perfect English, she says, "I have no idea what you're saying." And then of course I double click on my cow chai, and they're like, "Oh my God, Farang, way to go, amigo!"
So could you guys imagine that? I mean, living here in Thailand. There's a huge English. Keep in mind, that's one of the simple things. There really isn't that much of a barrier. People understand English.
Not in Bangkok. And then the other thing, too, like you were saying, Central Bangkok, right? So you and I are in, like, Terminal 21 yesterday, for example. Yeah. And we walk into this store, and, well, first of all, they look at us, and they're like, hello.
Two bald guys.
Yeah, they didn't double-click on a Saudi. It's like, okay, got it. These guys speak English.
Bald guys.
But her English is pretty, like we were asking this one lady, because we're trying to find T-shirts, by the way, if any of you know someone who makes T-shirts and prints them in Thailand, that is actually very important. Because when we were in Terminal 21 yesterday, we met this woman who owns a shop in Terminal 21, and she sells T-shirts, like a lot of T-shirt shops there. But her husband is basically the one who owns the company, and they manufacture the T-shirts in Thailand, and then they print them here. Sorry, they embroider in them here. That was another thing. Because Robbie and I were like, yeah, I mean, we could just, stick our logo on something with like an ink. But it's like, no, and the embroidery, because we want it to last a long time.
Absolutely.
Kind of like our love for one another. Up top, SKAHDOOSH. Oh, Christy, $6 this time.
I don't know if she's even on right now.
What the hell is her problem?
So, but you know what? It's 8 o'clock right now. Or 8 a.m. Bangkok
8 a.m. here, yeah, so 5 p.m. in
so we will,
California.
And we do appreciate the guys just now tuning in right now to
Thank you, my friend.
a little bit.
Indeed.
So this is our normal time. However, we started 15 minutes early to try something new.
Right.
And we haven't discussed next week yet. Are we going to do 7:45?
I don't know. I haven't decided. I think maybe 7:30, 7:45, that sort of thing. We need to find a better studio because, again, first of all, thank you, Starbucks, so much for having us here at True Digital Park. But secondly, we're kind of in a cell. We're kind of in a cellar. So if any of you from Boston, then you know all about being in a cellar. So basically, I'm not in a basement. I'm in a cellar. And so, it's a little bit of a Faraday cage to some degree. So
we are working on that.
We are working on that. Is a problem. We are working on that, but it's probably on your end. But so we need to figure out a neat studio. I think that's probably more of the priority. But yeah, I'd like to start at 7:30. I always like
7:30.
Sure,
earlier.
Absolutely.
Wow, it means I got to get up, guys.
Come on. We were ready at 7:30.
We were ready.
Yeah.
We were ready at 7:30. And again, we appreciate you guys who are tuning in late at 8 o'clock, which is fine with us.
Just late, yeah.
Be sure to subscribe. This is very, very important.
That's true. Every single show.
There we go.
So that we can provide you guys with the absolute best thing. Now, here's the other thing, too. So we were talking about, like, topics, right? It's like, okay, yeah, it's my 3 years. That's awesome. Let's acknowledge that. I'm going to have a gratitude attack on camera, potentially tear up, but who knows? But then my buddy, Southern California, sends me a thing, and he says, hey, so I said, so just out of curiosity, you know, he's like, you know what would be a really good topic? I said, well, lay it on me, bro. And he brings up 2-week millionaire.
2-week
And if we only had a graphic, oh my God, skadoosh,
Yep,
bro.
there it is.
There we go. $5, Christy.
So what is a 2-week millionaire, Mike? Can you tell us what that is?
So my understanding of it, having been one, is it's effectively, so there's this sort of stigma over in this part of the world, let's say, that us Westerners that come with a very, you know, with traditionally the complexion that you and I show up with.
That's bald,
white, fat. Is that we are rich. Okay, so there's that. Yeah. And the interesting thing, and I don't know if you guys travel, the value of your currency in your home country then translates into your vacationing country with a level of excess,
especially right now.
Especially right now. So, for example, right now, $1 is approximately 36, almost 36, pretty much Thai baht. When I first vacationed here, it was 29 baht, okay? And then for the longest time, basically the quick calculation in people's minds is it's 30 baht, okay? So at the end of the day, so yes, there's that. But then you could say, well, as long as everything is 30 times the numeric price, then you're not saving any. But the reality is over here, you can eat, you can live, you can do so many things for effectively, at least from my perspective, 1/3 the cost of Southern California. So there's that.
And that's living here. But that's a 2-week millionaire is a whole different story.
Right. But well, that's sort of the overarching sort of information. But the 2-week millionaire is someone who comes over here on vacation, but because their value has the value of their home currency has such spending power, has such buying power. And also, I don't know if you guys have ever been on vacation. When I'm on vacation, it's not like
you're spending,
keeping a budget. I'm just spending. I'm throwing, money everywhere. So you come over here and you get into that spending flow. You get into the great example. I'm on wherever I was in Pattaya. So, and I had to go to the restroom like really bad, you know. So I walk in and I'm like, can I use the restroom? And the girl's like, yeah, but you got to pay for it. And of course, as you know, restroom to pay for a restroom, 10 baht, right? So I give her 1,000 baht. And I'm just like, I got to use the restroom because this is funny money, right? I mean, it's got 3 zeros on it, but obviously it's not $1,000. So I'm like, yeah, here you go.
And it's got a face you're not familiar with, and different colors.
Right. And now they're like plastic and everything. But I just was like, yeah, here, look, here's 1,000 baht. I just need to use the restroom.
Yeah. So when I came for my 2-week millionaire trip, again, I didn't plan, I was going to live here until after I landed. The wheels hit the ground. And I'm like, I got to live here. But I brought enough money to do just about anything. And we're talking American prices, and we're talking the hotels.
Yeah.
So a hotel in America back, in 2019,
Same
I was
prices
paying
now.
about $170
Totally. Oh my God.
per night.
At least.
I'm sorry, Motel
More
6.
like $300 a night minimum, like
I'm
San Diego.
not as millionaire as you, but when I took that $170 and brought it here,
yeah, right,
and I stayed on Soy 5 and Soy 3, right around those areas in Pattaya, and I'm spending 20 to 30, maybe $50 a night.
No, and you're like literally 3-minute walk to the beach.
Okay, what am I going to do today? And then I go downstairs to the restaurant and I look at it, and all you can eat for 199 baht, and I'm thinking, okay,
$6.
$6. I'm like,
all I can eat. Like, dude, oh, bring it.
I'm like $36 into my day.
No, it's amazing,
and,
right?
Yeah, and there's other things you do there, of course. It is a playground, but you are that.
Oh, it's so frustrating. I don't get it, actually.
Yeah, we might be frozen. So,
all right.
Anyways, I'm gonna let you know when.
Let me know. We'll just keep talking.
Yeah. We'll just keep. There we go.
All right.
Okay. So, anyways, so that's the 2-week millionaire for my opinion. 2-week millionaire, and we had a limousine, we had driver, private van with the the cushy seats, and all the crazy lights
stereo system. Well, actually, more than just quadrophenia, basically inside of this thing.
Yeah, I'll be showing you some pictures of that. Probably not this episode, but we'll show you some pictures of crazy limousines and cars. But the thing is, I went around, and it was
did whatever
awesome.
the hell you wanted.
Whatever I wanted, and I don't even drink much. I did get plastered on that trip, I have to admit. But, beers were $1.
Is that what it is, about $1 for a beer?
Well, now, last night,
the sign said like 80 baht.
Yeah, so I went out last night, right, and it was about 80 baht. Per beer. Right. It depends where you go, right?
$2-3. Yeah.
So keep in mind, guys,
$3.
Holiday is still very, very inexpensive here, but you can blow your wad in 2 weeks.
Wow, guys!
Literally, you can do it. And
okay, you know what? There we go. We just lost my mom as a long-term viewer.
Sorry, Mom.
Where's that from?
Sorry, Kitty.
That's not from us hanging out last night.
That is not from us hanging out. I have no idea.
You just basically yanked it from YouTube.
So why do you guys come to Thailand? And some of you guys might be, that's the reason right there. So, that's the way it goes.
Yeah. I will say
millionaire.
it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good for sure. And if for no other reason, then here's, like I've always said, it's like there's no distraction, right? You're spending money and it's like what again? It's like, oh yeah, let me use the restroom. Here's 1,000 baht. Yeah. And it's and it's a fun way to vacation, because I got to tell you, dude, I love Maui. I love Lahaina. I love staying there. I stayed there for under 2 weeks, and including airfare, which from Southern California, the airfare to Maui is not the expensive thing. It's the staying there. It's the rental car. It's freaking buying milk. $8,500 for basically for 2 weeks staying in Lahaina. And I had
wait, $8,000. What can you get for $8,000 here in Thailand in 2 weeks?
Oh God!
Let's talk about it.
That would be almost a
2-week millionaire, right?
At the current exchange rate, that'd be approximately $250,000 baht. So I can tell you right now, I could stay in my current condo for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years for $250,000 baht. Yeah.
8,000 baht.
Yeah.
Not 8,000 baht.
8,000 US dollars. Yeah.
What does that translate to in baht? Is that? That's huge.
You have an exchange thing on your phone, probably.
We're gonna look
right?
it up for you guys.
I can't. I'm I'm an electrical engineer, which basically means I just design a device that does multiplications, because I can't do it in my head really fast.
So where do you guys stay? Where do you want to stay?
How much? 300,000 baht. Yeah.
So people,
and I'm paying 12,000 baht a month for my condo.
2 weeks, 300,000 baht
to stay in Maui. Yeah, and this was it was in 2019. Interesting enough, I was there in March. I went there, and that was one of the reasons actually I left Southern California, because I was living near the beach, and of course, if you're going to move to friggin' Southern California, don't move inland. Don't move to Southern California and live in Calexico
or Fresno.
Precisely.
Sorry, all the Fresno people.
And we probably have quite the listenership up there, because I think they just got AOL, which is cool, in the tin with the CD. So you put that in, and they can now do it from their double wide.
Pretty much a shithole, though.
And I remember. Yeah, I mean, it was like, so if you guys don't know, right? So we get this thing in San Diego called May gray and June gloom, which basically means there's this cloud, they refer to it as a marine layer, that effectively sits over the coast like until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon every single day, almost in May and June every day. And it's very gray, i.e. May gray. But then June gloom comes, and it just was brutal. Anyway, depending upon whether it's La Nina or El Nino, then the weather can get lousy for a significant amount of time. In San Diego specifically, and by March, I was like, dude, I cannot handle this anymore. And so I'm like, I got to get out of here. And so I was talking with some buddies, and they're like, yeah, just go to Maui. So I went to Maui because, of course, you can get to Maui round trip for like $300.
Wow!
But once you get there on Hawaiian Airlines, because it's direct from San Diego to Maui, which is great, you don't need to go through Oahu. But it's like $299 round.
Such a lot of money, man. I mean, you come into Thailand, it's the most expensive thing you're going to buy. Most likely, is your airline ticket. I mean, do you agree on that?
I mean, you got to remember relative to my interview, right? So, like, I was here for 3 weeks, and we know from documentation.
I don't know. It is freezing
It's
up
very
in there.
bizarre,
Sorry, guys.
the way this is working. Yeah, I really apologize because you guys know how much this bugs me. But hold on, I tell you what. Why don't you talk a little bit more about this 2 week millionaire? I'm going to double click on something just real quick.
All right. So we're gonna talk a little bit about 2 week millionaire and what it meant to me, and then we got Mario in studio today, and I'm going to ask him in a moment, and he'll type it in, or if he wants to yell it out. Did you do a 2 week millionaire? Were you a 2 week millionaire at one point? No, he says no, he wasn't. But you understand what it is, right? Yeah, exactly. It's paper flying around. So I went to a club, and it was called Club Insomnia, and that's on Soy 6, right? No, that's on Walking Street. Yeah, and that's you're too old for that. You know what? I was like the youngest guy there. It felt like. Well, it sure felt like when I was there. So when I went to this club, and they play hip hop and EDM music and all this crazy stuff. And here I am going, okay, well, I got all this money, and I don't feel like I have a lot of money. Heck, I'm from Southern California. I have some money. And these guys are rolling along, old guys. We're talking.
This is Insomnia.
Okay. On Walking Street.
Upstairs.
Now, and it's during the week. So maybe the older people are out during the week. I don't know. I mean, me, I go to bed at like 10 o'clock.
It was Walking Street Pattaya in November 2019. I mean,
yes.
Everybody's out.
Yeah, it was crazy, and the 2 week millionaire was there. I mean, there was a guy who ran up a tab, I guess 100,000 baht or something like that, and I guess that's typical.
I mean, do bottle service, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was bottle service, and he was pushing the paper.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I've seen that a couple times. Make it rain. And I don't know if he was Indian or whatever he was, didn't even matter. He was living the dream.
Yes.
He was living the dream. The girls were pretty good looking for sure. Here we go.
Insomnia, yeah.
Patrick, let's see. Patrick's been there.
Yeah, it's upstairs. I like iBar. I mean, it's a little bit more intimate, if you will. I mean, that's kind of an odd word to use anywhere on Walking Street, let alone Pattaya. But
I mean, what do some of you guys do if you're a millionaire?
That's a good question.
If you are a millionaire in your own home country and the money doesn't matter, I mean, I would like to know what do you guys do? I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about. I mean, you're over here. You're a millionaire almost once you walk off that plane.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having a limo ride for crying out loud to the hotel.
But like Mariano said, I mean, it does kind of depend on your age, potentially. I don't know if it depends on your maturity. I hate to label myself as being immature in any form, but the
Patrick's
point is,
a young guy. We have Patrick.
Patrick's a fairly young guy, yeah. But I mean, again, if I was 20, right? Oh my God, that's awesome. We have Spam. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is great. Oh my God, that's great.
Find love.
Yeah, on the new dating site.
Oh man.
Oh my God, we are so popular, dude. Let's give us a skadoosh. Actually, speaking of skadoosh, you know who that is, don't you? Because it's after 5 p.m.
I have.
It's Christy. She basically just left the office, made a fake account, and now
she calls it 69X
XXX.life. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Wow. I mean, that just and basically we're going to keep talking about this until she gives us $5 because I really like to extort white women in Southern California. It's this thing I do.
You know who's not on the air yet is Joe. I don't see Joe.
Joe, I wonder why. He probably got on there and he's like, Mike can't keep his goddamn internet up.
Yeah,
he's probably like, I'm done. This is out of here. I'm in Florida. I'm going for a walk. Stay away from me.
All right, MetTech, what do we got here? Cash millionaire or great question.
Yeah, that is a great question.
Okay, so I'm going to clarify. So I am talking cash millionaire.
Right.
Because when you come to Thailand, at least when I came, I mean, I didn't have credit cards or anything like that. I had a stack of cash.
Yeah, I had brought U.S. bills.
I brought U.S. bills and I exchanged them at TT Exchange. The yellow exchange, whatever. I think that's what it was. Sure. And I had at least 30,000 baht on me all the time. Yeah. I mean, like all the time. And I didn't use a credit card. Yeah, that's $1,000. But to in Thai, $1,000, man. I mean, again, 2-week millionaire.
Sure, it's a lot of money.
So, cash. What would you do?
What
do you guys do? What would you do here? I already know some of the stuff I did here.
And here's Jesus Christ.
Boom.
Geez, I wonder why we're getting posts from that spammer. Okay, go ahead. I know. Oh. Well, and again, he just mentioned that you cannot pay cash in this Starbucks, which is actually very true. You also can't use cash outside at the food court here in True Digital Park. But again, you got to remember that the impetus for that, and definitely is because of COVID. And that was like, for example, the money exchange booths were closed because they didn't want to have this, type thing. I love it. I love everything about it. I buy so many things with my QR code. You now have a bank account and the app. You're using the QR code. It's totally. I tell you what, one of the things that actually is quite reliable over here
is the internet.
It's the friggin' internet. So I don't know what's going on.
It is. But we are not in our home studio yet. We are actually searching for a studio. Yeah. And
so if you guys have any extra real estate just laying around, like with a ton of foot traffic, like right by the beach, just throwing it out there.
We're actually looking for kind of an employee or, I don't know, I don't want to call him an employee yet. Worker.
Temp gig worker, pretty much. Yeah. And in fact, if you go, it's the other thing what we'd love to do is obviously youtube.com/@thespot Thailand. But if you also go to facebook.com/The Spot Thailand. You're probably likely going to see a post that basically describes we need a little gig worker effectively. We need like an assistant. Now
not this. Okay, guys, this is not what we're looking for.
So did I tell you? I actually went by there and I'm like, okay, how do you get your teeth white? How do you get your teeth so white? Asked her. Yeah, no, because I was very curious. They're veneer, and so she basically sticks, basically fake nails on them effectively.
That's United States millionaire status because everybody I know has veneers, has money.
Well, okay, so that's another thing, right? You got to remember, you come over here and you can also be a 2-week millionaire from a medical perspective. Again, a lot of people come over here for medical tourism, but you're like, dude, if you got like 5,000 baht in your pocket, you can get a whole mouthful of food. A whole mouthful of teeth. Now, again, there are also places over here where you can spend exactly the same amount of money at a dentist as you do in Southern California. It's totally possible. In fact, it's actually not that difficult to spend twice as much money in Bangkok living as you do in Southern California, for example. I mean, you can easily spend 100,000 baht on a condo if you want to live down near Phrom Phong.
You can. And the 2-week millionaire, now it is much different when you talk about living here. Living here, you bring the same kind of money. It is different because now you're talking about you're paying rents, you're paying condos. In my case, I opened a bank account, all this different stuff recently. So it is different. The 2-week millionaire is really, in my opinion, the guy who's coming here for the first or second time. In Patrick's case, he's come here several times, and he's going to be here in
December.
Yeah, December.
Beginning of December,
19th or 10th or something like that. And you know what? I hope to get an interview with him or talk with him about his 2-week millionaire escapades. And speaking of 2-week millionaire, hello, Christy.
Hey, what's going on? Let's give her a 3, 2, 1 skadoosh because we're basically broke. I'm not even wearing pants, Christy, so I'm going to need some cash. I'm going to need some... Okay, and who's that? Who's Moody Meb?
I don't know.
Is it Moody Meb at 69xxx.life? Is that potentially her secondary gnome?
I thought that was Christie's.
You think?
I thought that was.
She's got quite the website. I mean, if she only worked at a company that could build websites, then I would say absolutely that's probably her new website.
Yeah, that's her new name.
But I know that she's not. I know she's into banking, so she's not doing a whole lot of online stuff. Megan,
Miss Megan, that's who it is.
Is that another one of your employees?
She does. She does some website stuff.
Ah, what up, Megan? Well, we should probably give Megan a skadoosh, shouldn't we? 3, 2, 1, skadoosh.
As a matter of fact,
$5.
She will probably be working on the Spot website. So if you guys haven't seen the Spot, go to www.
Do you still say that?
I do.
That's frightening.
Thespot.fm. Do not type .com. Type .fm and just hit go. You can. There's a link there to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Spot Thailand. We'll also be selling some merch, some cool.
Oh,
shirts.
that's right. You get the whole e-commerce thing going on.
We're going to be doing all that
excited
cool
about
stuff.
That. Yeah.
But tune in for the morning show, of course, right here, Saturday mornings.
Indeed.
It's Friday
evenings
in the U.S.
Friday evenings, Friday night, obviously just 12 hours, right, from on the East Coast, and then, about 15 from, or not about, but 15 from the West Coast. Yeah, so thespot.fm, check that out, please.
And those of you who are tuned in right now to Walking My Shoes, Thailand, and Live My Ass Off, be sure to go to The Spot and subscribe, because this show in the next week or two or a couple of weeks will be discontinuing from our personal channels.
Yeah.
And going all the way to The Spot.
Our goal basically was to, it's pretty simple. It's like, a lot of people are like, okay, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. When I get to 1,000 subs, I'm going to ... Right. So we were talking about this yesterday. And what we really want to be able to do, because here's the beauty really of having 1,000 subs, is you get a community tab, and then we're able to basically communicate with you via something other than video throughout the entire week. Additionally, we think that having a show more than once a week is probably a good idea, especially since Robbie's now over here full time. We're going to be doing stuff here. All over Bangkok, really. Pattaya, Jomtien, Phuket, Koh Samui, that sort of thing.
We're going to be doing some on-location content, which is going to be great. We tested a small camera last night, which was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun, actually.
That was fun. I enjoyed it.
He's got this camera that is and every time I make this length right here, it's like, well, because my internet really didn't work real well. But so we said, okay, so bring your buddy back. Bring back our engineer.
All right.
On site.
Future engineer.
Yeah. So veneer is how she did it. And I think she said it was like 36,000 baht.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Because she's like, yeah. I started. Oh, there we go. Okay. Christy, right now, up top in 3, 2, 1. Skadoosh. Thank you.
Thank you for contributing to the 2-week millionaire
Is
fund.
she using petty cash for that? Or you think that's out of her own pocket?
Petty cash,
or does she hold money in her bra? Does she pull a pack of cigarettes and a roll of quarters out of her bra? Is that how she's paying for this?
I have no idea. But you know what? She loves us and we love her.
She does.
So thank you, Christy, for just being part of our channel.
In the way only another white woman can, actually. Which is
California.
Which is in court.
From California.
Right, exactly.
In court and with money.
Sure. Speaking of 2-week millionaires, I wonder if there's any country in the world that's like, oh, dude, when you go over to the United States, it's like being a 2-week millionaire. Maybe Saudi. Oh, no. So what's the richest country in the world?
I thought it was Saudi, right? Thailand.
Liechtenstein? No. Brunei. Yeah, you're right. Brunei is very wealthy. I think they're bathing in oil there more so than Kuwait or something, right?
So if you guys hear a voice in the background, that's our studio audience today.
Actually, it's what it is. It's the voice in my head. It's literally that friggin' loud right now. And the cool thing is it has a German accent.
Really? German accent?
Well, because as a kid, I loved Hogan's Heroes. And so this is coming out with me right now, And I'm waiting to click on a Jawohl, Herr Kommandant sometime soon. That was just going to be really. Did you? Okay, so being German, there's no way you watched Hogan's Heroes, right? I mean, was that offensive to you, when you were a kid? Really? You thought it was funny? Was it even funnier being German? Because you're like, that's not what happened, you bozo. I think if you really like this show, you watch it in English. Yeah. Oh, it's true. Right, subtitles, yeah. No subtitles. Right. They usually dub it. They dub it, yeah. So the audio is. Got it. Yeah. So it's not as funny. If you watch it in German, yeah. The problem is the jokes The jokes don't translate. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Even though like the British, people basically speak English, right? I tell you what, they do their jokes over there and stuff funny. I think we need to double click on another skadoosh,
that's
don't we?
Mario in our studio audience, by the way, guys. That's Mario.
It's
Okay.
Mariano.
Okay,
there we go. Skadoosh. So what is her name? Moody? What kind of a woman names herself Moody other than like once every 28 days? What's going on with her? A super sticker. We should. Are you on the YouTube channel? I want to see what that sticker is. It better be a sticker of
no idea. I'm on the
Christie's.
Walking in my shoes.
Walking in my shoes. Okay, that's right. Oh yeah, because we're not monetized yet on the spot.
We're not monetized yet.
That's another thing we were talking about because of course,
Reef, thank you so much,
dude. Oh,
Megan, thank you so much.
Dude, thank you, buddy.
Yep.
Greetings.
Much appreciated. Cheers.
Greetings to New York City.
Leaving Singapore. There you go.
Wow.
So he's going to be here from the 6th
on
to
the
14th.
1st. Okay, outstanding, Reef. Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you contact us.
So that's here in December, or
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I want to go back to
what was that big one that from Patrick? Patrick always.
What was that big one?
What
Patrick?
was that big one, Patrick? Yeah, there we go. Don't want to artificially induce a gratitude attack. Well, you probably realistically will.
3 years, buddy.
How cool is it to wake up in the Bangkok after 3 years? I wonder if you ever had thought about going back to the U.S. in the last 3 years.
Let's answer it.
No. The short answer is absolutely no. And it's neat that you asked me that, Patrick, because I can tell you that I was going back through a couple of videos of mine, and one of them was I was here 6 months. And after being here 6 months, it was full tilt COVID. So I got here in November 2019, and basically so Gracie then left by the end of March of 2020. And of course, our thinking was, oh, dude, she's just going to be back in the Philippines for a couple of weeks, and then she'll be back here 368 days later. But who's counting? She finally got back to Thailand. And so at the time, I was down in Prachuap Khiri Khan. And I'm walking out, if you guys know that like big pier that they have there, like right at the sort of the center, if you will, where they have like the night market on the street every night almost. And I'm there and I'm like 6 months in. And, after being here a total of 6 months and basically being into COVID for the sake of argument, let's say like 2 months, maybe almost 3, depending upon where part of the world you're from. But for the most part, COVID was live for 2 months here in Thailand. And
you had a lot of this on video.
Yeah, I did it. Right. Yeah, cool. Absolutely. Absolutely can't. Okay, so now we can totally answer Patrick's questions. And I'm frustrated about this because I was all excited because, first of all, AIS, we're here in the True Digital Park, right? So it's a true facility. And AIS works really well here. And so we're tethering off of my AIS connection.
We're tethering off a phone?
Yes.
So this is coming to you live from a cell phone.
Well, we should be. We should be able to do that, right?
But if it was an Apple phone, a superior device, it might work better.
I can switch all day long, dude. I mean, I can tell you right now, that's probably, because I will say, my phone is beautifully only $200. $200. How many iPhones do you get for $200? 0.6? 0.6 iPhone?
Like that. Yeah, I think you get 6 iPhones. 6
iPhones or 0.6 iPhones?
I think
for $200.
Meb has an iPhone. So how many iPhones do we get
for $200? I think you get 0.6 iPhone.
It's our childhood nickname, Moody Blue.
Moody Blue. So then,
Moody Blue.
For my our initials are MOB.
MOB.
Got it.
Nice.
Megan OB. Does she make those tampons? Is she OB? Yeah. Oh, that's a great, because I got to tell you, 50% of the population needs to buy her products.
They need to over here in Thailand.
And they're thinking to themselves, as long as I can shove Megan inside of me, then I'm going to be totally, I'm not leaking. I'm not.
Do they even have tampons here?
So I will tell you, it is a difficult item to buy.
I mean, I don't know. We should ask.
Okay.
I know. I've been doing this a lot, guys.
She only wishes, actually, she could deploy one of those items. In fact, what's very interesting is it is not an item that is like everywhere, for example. So, and interestingly enough, if they do have them sometimes, they only have OB. So they don't have Tampax. They don't have, you don't know of any other brands like globally. Anyway.
But anyways, so I wanted to talk about a couple of questions and concerns that came up. I got asked by somebody about the whole ladyboy thing and what's that all about, and are they friendly? Are they mean? And it really bothered me. It really bugged me because it's not what you think. I mean, I had no idea coming over here what to expect. I just heard tons of people saying, "Are you going to the Ladyboy bar?" And I'd never been here. I really didn't know Ladyboy bars existed, or I knew it was a kind of a show thing at Tiffany's.
So wait,
that was it.
The first time you heard the word Ladyboy, was that over here? Or was that from someone back home?
Somebody back home, because right before I came over here, I'm involved in this men's group, right? Mostly Republican guys here in the States. And the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, "Oh, you're going to go see Ladyboys." And I'm like...
So seriously, you lob over the net, "I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to this country." And they zoom in on, "You're going to see Ladyboys."
One of them especially. But yes, we were not going to call that person out because it's pretty funny. And it's like...
Did you ever inquire how he, I mean, like, what kind of YouTube is this? What kind of porn tube is this guy watching on a regular basis?
I think
no wonder it's a men's group.
Out of curiosity. I think this whole curiosity thing, and, you know, I mean, are Ladyboys nice? Are they not? And you guys, you know, we've thrown some pictures up there, and it's not to make fun of them or, you know, I mean, this girl does have some pretty amazing chops, guys. Look at those teeth and huge hands, the whole thing. But it's not about that for sure. You know,
I mean, then after not having been here ever, what was your response? You're like, I don't know.
That's exactly right. I have no idea. And of course, you know, being, you know, and I'll, you know, let's be honest here, let's be transparent. I'm like, Ladyboys, I'm not going to go see Ladyboy. I mean, I really, you know, whether it's immaturity or whether it's just not knowing, ignorance, I was kind of like, oh, no Ladyboy, no Ladyboy. And then I get here.
What, you mean like a dating prospect or like someone to like change your transmission? Because they're really good at that Met Tech. Maybe you should hire one.
Yeah, you go. To go and check out what it's like here and to see, I mean, you're just going to run into Ladyboys and you just don't know.
It is, right? Yeah.
And what's crazy is you really cannot tell the difference. And matter of fact, a lot of Ladyboys are prettier. I mean,
well, that's the joke, right? Is if you see a woman, a Thai woman who's like fairly pretty, and then you say, "Hey, wait, are you a lady or a ladyboy?" They get like actually pretty excited because they're like, "Look at where are you getting these photos? For God's sake!"
I know, and
I don't even know.
And this is insane when you
look
at
this
these...
sweeps week. What are you trying to like pull the ratings in or whatever?
Pull the ratings in with Ladyboys, guys.
So wait. So you're confident these three women are Ladyboys?
They are. All three are Ladyboys.
How do you know this?
All three are Ladyboys with tools.
How do you know that? This is
tools.
Very frightening that he has this amount of data. I swear to God, like I'm not joking. Like I seriously had no idea he had these photos because his Is this the live thing there so we can show like exactly what's going on?
Yeah. Then here's another set of Ladyboys, and
so that's pretty obvious.
That's
right?
pretty obvious compared to the last.
Wait, was that in Phuket?
This one here is in Pattaya. This one's here a Pattaya picture. Yeah. So both of them are Pattaya.
Is that Tiffany or Alcazar?
This is the Tiffany one.
Is that this is just a random photo you found? Oh, okay. I thought this was like after you went to the show because I remember you saying that. Well, what's interesting too, right, is that, I mean, again, if you've never been here and you hear this word or you see pictures of it or whatever, I remember actually, so this woman that I worked with, she was from the Philippines, and none of us in our team, in our IT team at the place I worked at, had ever been like outside of the United States, for example, right? And so she was in the Philippines. And every now and then she would send out an email, and it would have like 10 or 12 pictures in it, and the thing would be like, how many of these girls are actually girls and not men, right? And of course, after the third email, we realized that every single picture, it's a trick question. Every single picture is going to be of an actual guy that has gone through some degree of maintenance and been upgraded, right? But the thing I think too is that a lot of people from the United States, they think to themselves, well, first of all, we don't use that word in the United States. We use the word transgender, transsexual,
it's not that
trans,
way here.
LGBT, whatever. And over here, I mean, their desire is to be female. And I think I've shared with you guys before. I mean, I was on Soy 6 one time. It was New Year's Eve. Soy 6 is like 2004 14 or something. And I meet this woman, and she had the full operation, right? And I asked her, I said, so like, what's the deal? I asked her how much it cost. It was like 250,000 baht. And, but the thing that was just really clarifying for me, and actually why I was like, okay, I think I understand you a little bit more, is she's like, okay, so I had the operation. And if you guys have ever known anyone who's got, breast implants or whatever, there's a lot of bruising that occurs for a while. So all that went away. She had no more bruises. Everything was healed. And she was like, she could walk okay. She says, I got out of the shower. I looked at myself in the mirror, and she said, I finally felt normal.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, to not feel normal for like 20 years at least of your life, I would think, my God, I would throw 200. I would beg, steal, and borrow to get 250,000 baht if that made me feel normal. So that was like pretty neat. And I can tell you that the ones that I've talked to, it's a very similar thing.
But they're not trying to be called women. I mean, straight up, when you go to them, they're not trying to fool you. They're not trying to trick
definitely
you.
not. No, they're definitely
they will
not trying
tell
to fool
you,
Yeah.
I am Ladyboy.
Yeah.
Straight out.
And
without a doubt, and it surprised me because they would fool a lot of people. I was fooled. When I look at pictures like I just showed you, holy cow.
Especially just when we first come here.
Here's 20 baht. There's 100 baht.
Wow, big spender. Hey, how you doing, honey? Here's 20 baht.
There's 20 baht, which is 70 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you lob that over the net in Southern California?
Lob it over to
Hey, how you doing? Here's 3/4. You want to hang out? You want to go to the food
bus ride?
Want to go to the food hall?
There you go. Yeah, I lobbed 20 baht over. They'd be like, what the heck?
Yeah, they're like, loser.
Yeah, and Patrick, you're absolutely correct. People have never been to Thailand. They have not a clue.
Right.
So when I came back home from my 2
borderline annoying, I agree.
Yeah, when I came back from my 2-week millionaire trip, which of course was several months, because I came over expecting to spend 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I was here for a couple months. When I came back, the questions from these guys group I was with was, hey, did you see any lady boys?
Oh, because you weren't YouTubing at that point.
I was not.
You weren't. So they weren't like, oh yeah, we've been watching you. Like they came back, they're like, okay, tell us everything.
Show us pictures. And guys,
no,
I'm
but
going to bring those
like,
pictures. I don't have them on right now.
10 minutes into your return.
Yeah.
Was it literally one of the first questions, or did you guys hang out for dinner for like an hour, 2 hours, and they're like, oh, hey. So
great question. So we hang out for a couple, 2-3 hours, depending on the topics. And there's, a half dozen of us. I come back and it's not all the guys. I mean, but it is the main thing. Hey, did you see ladyboys? Did you ride elephants? I mean, was it beautiful? Is it cheap?
Wait, is that how they asked it, or did they say, did you ride ladyboys and did you see elephants?
To ride
because
I think I was asked that, I'm sure, which did not
wait,
happen.
did they say, did you see any elephants? Did you see any ladyboys? Which of them had the bigger trunk?
Yeah, which would have the bigger.
Boom. That deserves a skadoosh. I need $5 right now in my panties. Okay, Christy, I mean, I don't care what it costs.
If Joe was just on
for
mine
God's
right now,
sake, if your employee from the Philippines can double click on 1,000 pesos,
he did,
and cheapchristy.com 69xxx.life can only give us $5 at a time.
I still love you.
I am. Well, see, I love her. I'm just not in love with her, which is why it would really never work until she comes over here, and then I can basically wait for her to fall asleep and then put her hand in a cup of warm water and watch her pee herself. Then, my friend,
that's funny.
We are close. At that point, I will be throwing $5 bills at her that I print next door from my laser jet.
That have 20 symbol could be 20 baht.
Yeah, that's what. In fact, Christy comes over here. I'm going to be like, "How you doing, baby?" Throwing 20 baht at her at a time. She's going to be like pummeled with quarters, kind of thing. She's going to be like, "What's going on?" Then she's going to pull money out of her bra along with her cigarettes, and then we're going to go hang out with ladyboys. But here's the.
And walking in my shoes, and it went down, and so I don't know if the audio's gone down or the video and the audio's gone down. We're sorry, guys. It's just the way it goes until we get our studio.
It's very odd because I'm actually using the same connection that we used last time,
and we are working on getting the studio now. So until we have it, that's just the way it goes. It might go down, and you know what? We've been very fortunate. We've done about a dozen shows, so go back on the spot and you can view all the old shows. Buddy. And
I'm quoting her on this, by the way. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Dude, because I got a little bit of a tear here. Oh wait, no, maybe that's semen. Hold on. Okay, no, it's a tear.
Wow.
Um,
And we are back. Thank you,
and
Mario,
back.
who
Thank
is
you very
in
much.
studio checking
And the
us
guy's
out.
German, so you know that statement is accurate, which is really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I got to tell you, here's okay. So we were talking about the things that are kind of annoying in general, but we love about Thailand. Okay,
Yeah.
and one of them, yes, is the toilet paper that basically exists for napkins on tables. But the other thing is basically Thai time, right? So you're like, yeah, I'm going to meet you about 7.
Oh,
and you
this
know,
is a good one.
7:30 they roll in, and I'm like, shit. And it's not like it's the only country. Quite frankly, there's a lot more countries that live more so like that than anywhere else. Mexico, but the Germans, dude, on time. I adore it every single time. And what's crazy is I completely spaced on sending Mariano I don't know how I actually communicated to him where we would be. But he knew we were going to be here, so somehow I did it. And I guess I also told him, because I don't remember, be here at 7 a.m. So I sent him a message at like 6 something, and I'm like, oh, crap, dude, I totally forgot to send you directions. And I said the thing, and his response was a picture from 50 meters away saying, oh, I'm here early.
So Thai time, if you guys don't know, is 30 minutes late. Is that accurate?
It's very common, because again, you got to remember they like live in the. I mean, so it's a cultural thing too, right? With the Mexicans, it's kind of different because there's a whole like mañana thing, like it's gonna happen, it will happen. With the Thais, it's like, well, I mean,
I have to dispute it. And I'll tell you why.
You have to dispute.
So
what?
I'm with Kitty.
Okay.
And we go out, we do stuff, we make plans, and like a lot of Thai people, they want you to make a plan. So if you're a Falong,
women,
you know, me,
women want the man.
I'm talking all women guys. So.
Yeah.
So
in his mind, there are no men in Thailand. It's only women.
Kitty has never ever been late. Not only has she not been late, we show up to places, and we're going to meet other couples, and if they're 2 minutes late, she's like, I can't believe they're late. Why are they late?
Knives at them or whatever.
She is definitely got that. Well, I don't want to say Western thing in her about being on time.
She's got that Western thing in her.
But
skadoosh. Am I right, Christy? Am I right? Is $5 right now? Mariano's clapping, for God's sake. He even thinks I'm funny. He's a friggin' engineer. That doesn't happen. He's
from Germany.
Yeah, right.
So Kitty gets upset when people are late, and I'm never late. So yay.
So and I appreciate you saying. So here's what's funny. So we're giving this generalization, right?
Kitty is Philippine.
And no, but here's what's crazy, right? So we're giving that, and arguably there's a thing in the Philippines. I mean, being on time is not naturally their default setting either. In general, Gracie, and one of the reasons that we get along so well is that we absolutely get places early. We are either the first in line to check in at the airport, or she was the first in line to go get paperwork at the government. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And so same with, and it's so here we are basically making this massive generalization, which is totally inaccurate in our own lives.
Yeah,
my wife always early, Kitty always early,
always on time, like
always
on time. And if you are 1 minute late, I'm going to know about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to know. She isn't like mad. She's like, why are they late? This is not. And then I'm like, professional. She goes, yes. Hey, you guys, Joe just clicked on it, looks like. So thanks, Joe, for tuning in. You missed an awesome first half.
Miss you, buddy. Thank you for coming by. That's really cool.
Awesome first half of our show. A bunch of... is he a technical guy too? Is Joe a technical guy?
He's not. He's reasonably technical. Yeah, he's more of a finance guy.
We need to get a technical guy in here to fix this.
Absolutely, dude. What if we only knew like an electrical engineer with some competence? Because clearly I'm on vacation.
And we have Mario here. I mean, come on.
Mariano, yeah. Robbie the Butcher. In case you're wondering why we call him Robbie the Butcher, is because he has no real command of any language, let alone his native tongue, which is English. And so, yeah, I mean, I think you used to call it BANGKOK, right? Is that what your pronunciation? You're like, well, I want to have the Thai accent. So you're like, yeah, I'm going to BANGKOK. Wow, these microphones work great. You ever do this at home? Like when you were a kid, did you like record yourself on a tape deck and then play it back?
No, I've actually never done that. But I was next to the fan and watch it go blah, 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 blah.
Your whole face, not just your tongue?
Oh, no, it was my whole face.
Now, you grew up in California, right?
I did. I was a SoCal boy.
So you weren't able to like take your tongue and put it on a piece of metal in the winter and just to see if it would stay? Turn that on.
Boom.
So now they can hear us.
Now they can hear us. And yes, Paul, yes, you
hey,
missed
Paul.
some stuff.
Good to see you.
You did miss some stuff,
So-
and I don't know if it's going to show up or...
I don't know. I mean, on the replay, it's just going to be so frustrating. What I will say, thank you, Paul, but here's for your edification, Mariano. Paul T, like I think 2.5 years ago, guy sends me an entire layout basically and some code of how you and I will work to use the YouTube chat API to be able to summarize all the people that make, because like in a little database, it would basically keep track of everyone, and then at the end of the show it would scroll all those names up, right? So that was Paul T. So I always I literally still have that email that he sent me like 2 years ago starred in my inbox, and I'm thinking, I gotta get Mariana completely spaced on just until just now. So anyway, Paul, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. And if you guys have been tuning in the whole show and sticking around,
Through all
we've had some interruptions here. Really much appreciate it.
So disappointing.
It's going to be like that. Really, well, I don't know if it's going to be like that next week.
It shouldn't. It wasn't like that last week at all.
12 shows we've been hitting home runs with,
God.
and I mean, we're talking. We did a tape from in my van.
Down by the river, as it turns out.
Yeah,
living in that thing. Yeah.
So, and next week I'll probably be on location. Oh, actually, we will be together again next week.
You coming back up?
I will be back up.
Yeah.
I'll be picking up Nick. So one of the guys who's going to go with me for a 2-week millionaire experience, which is going to be awesome. We're going to go to a place like Nana. We're going to go to the Grand Palace, do all sorts of fun stuff.
So, and Nick is a buddy of yours, and he's in here.
He has.
And he's a younger guy, right? He's like Patrick's age,
he
kind of thing.
He came
30s?
last year, the same time frame.
Okay.
So he was here last year, and last year we ended up going to the Grand Palace, and then we went to Phuket, and so Nick is an amputee,
right? But I mean,
partial amputee. I don't know how you call it, but
last year. You're talking about 2021. He comes here in November. I mean, that was not easy to get into Thailand at that time.
He got in. Yeah, we got in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have to quarantine for like 24 hours? Was that the thing where you did the swab and then waited?
Yes. So we had to quarantine. We had to do all the Thailand pass, all that stuff.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
But once we were here, we're just going to have a great time. So Nick, we're a 2-week millionaire. And we go to Phuket, and again, I can mention he's an amputee.
I was going to say, I mean, how was his? But obviously, he's coming back. He's not like, oh yeah, there's no ADA over there. I couldn't pull up on the sidewalk, or hop up on this, because I know he uses the arms.
He does use the arms, so he's missing one limb, a leg. And what's awesome about this guy, Nick, if you're watching, hey, kudos to you, because it's very inspirational.
Yeah, for sure.
So we go to Phuket, and we all go scuba diving, and he never has been. And I've gone a couple of times. He had never gone, and he goes scuba diving.
Literally just the one fin.
And they give him these hand mitts.
I was going to say, did they give him something so that he could, get some more propulsion? Yeah.
And he got certified.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to give him a skadoosh.
So I'm hoping to have him interviewed with us in a couple of weeks.
God, yeah.
But he is coming this next week, and I will be picking him up, and we're going to hang out for the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to be putting it on my YouTube channel, Walking on My Thailand. So thank you, Joe, for posting the link in the comments box.
Joe.
I
You're
really,
awesome,
really
buddy.
appreciate it. I'm going to pull it up right here.
Yeah, and just so Joe came by, we do want to remind you guys that absolutely check out Walking in My Shoes Thailand. Check out livemyassoff.com. Although, to be fair, basically the only thing that's on Live My Ass Off lately is just you and I doing live streams, and I'll do the occasional one. I haven't really produced any videos. But the point is that we're trying to focus everybody to go to the spot. So make sure that you go to youtube.com/@thespot_Thailand, because we would really love to get some subs over there. Throw up the thing. How many subs do we have now? I think we have like 809 subs, dude. Let's do a double skadoosh on that.
Thank you guys.
Let's do another one. Do another.
We
can do a double. We can do a double skadoosh.
Yeah.
$10. Christy, just throwing it out there. And so
I don't know if Christy's still watching.
He's going to come. And how long is he staying? Like a month?
Yeah. So Nick, he ponied up a month. The last time he was here, about 2 weeks,
okay,
2.5 weeks.
So the infamous 2-week vacation from the United States.
But turning into a month. And then,
wow, good for him.
And he knew at that point that, hey, I'm trying to live here. I'm
in
the process. Yeah, but at that time I wasn't yet.
Oh,
so
okay,
he knew that. And he said, you know what, he would love to if he was older. This guy is only like 21 years old.
Wow.
21, and he's missing a limb. And this dude just became certified scuba diver. And I'm like, this is insane. This guy inspired me.
Absolutely.
And it's, and I don't have to.
connections.
All right, guys, we
thank you for
back.
sticking around, guys. As you know, this obviously bugs Robbie and I, as you might guess, but we really appreciate your patience. So okay, so he's coming over, and so where, like, does he go to the beach?
So yeah,
I mean,
Nick,
there's physical like limitations, right?
So
if there's sand.
So again, Nick, we go to the beach. We go on all the little boat rides, the boat tours.
How does he navigate sand? Because I remember I consulted with a guy who's coming over here in a wheelchair. And if you've ever seen these special wheelchairs at the beach, right, they have these giant wide tires for the people that are in a wheelchair. But for him, does he just like hop down the sand?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Because he can't use the crutches, right? They would go right in the...
He uses some of the crutches, but we don't go on the sand a whole bunch.
Okay.
This next trip, we're going to be in Pattaya, Jomtien area quite a bit.
Okay.
And Bangkok. I don't think we're going to Phuket. We're not planning on it yet.
Okay, because I mean, that's the thing. You come over here, you get all excited, you spend all your time on the plane.
He really enjoyed hanging out and just wanting to relax. And the first time we came last year, we did the whole walking down to Nana, and it was a lot of walking. And he only had the whole 2 weeks. He fell. He did fall, and he was like, "I got it." Got himself right back up, and you didn't even know it. You
told me about that scenario.
Yeah, and it stressed me out.
Yeah, because you're like, oh my God, he's going to fall in his...
Well, I mean, sorry, Nick. I thought I was going to have to babysit the guy and pick him up and put him on my back or something. And I'm like, oh, great. But this dude...
And he's like, come on, old man, let me throw you over my shoulder.
Yeah, he got right up, and we're sweating like, whores on a church on Sunday.
I don't get... So here's the interesting thing. So he used this phrase yesterday, sweating like a whore on church in Sunday. Does that mean that she's had to walk
Mariano's laughing
to the parish because she can't afford bus fare? Or, I mean, is it just because she's like stressed out? She's like, they're all going to know.
I don't know, guys. But we were sweating like crazy. Anyways, Nick got himself right back up, and we cruised down the Soy Cowboy. It was awesome.
Okay.
And you can catch a lot of that in my past YouTube videos from last year. Okay. And by the way, guys.
So wait a minute. So he's the guy, because I remember seeing a video of you, like one of your first videos, which interestingly enough, today, or certainly this week.
Yeah, the 24th, guys.
Is 1 year anniversary of Robbie doing videos on his YouTube channel. Congratulations, by the way, because you got like, 3,500 subs now?
Yeah, something like that. 3,500 subs. So look back at my older videos. Don't look back too much because they're pretty disappointing.
No, but he's the guy that you walked down Soy Cowboy with during the day. That was correct. The first time. So that was Nick.
That was Nick.
Wow.
That's right. And we walked down Soy Cowboy. Dude is confident. I mean, it's pretty amazing that if he can come here on holiday, why aren't you guys here? So if you're in the United States,
if he can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah,
you can do it.
I mean, everyone's got.
I look at it,
and I get that, and I know that you say that in your videos, but I can I can appreciate the fact that people have responsibilities back home and stuff. And again, like 10 years ago, it's not like I could move here. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't have money. You know, and my career wouldn't have been probably where it was. But what's interesting is, so 1 year ago, you were basically walking down Soy Cowboy.
Yeah, 1 year ago, walking down Soy Cowboy with Nick, had one of the greatest times ever, and he had a great time, and now he's coming back for about a month.
Well, and we were down on Soy Cowboy last night.
We were, with the hitting camp. Well, sort of hitting camp.
The delta between density of patrons 1 year ago versus last night. I mean, it was, so we were there a little early for Soy Cowboy. We were there like 8:30, whatever. Yeah, big time and difference. So, there were some people and, I mean, obviously there were people like in front of us and stuff we were navigating. But 1 year ago, dude, you were like, it was like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Literally throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
Joe misses the pigeon camp. I do want to say hi to Steph too. You know Steph? He's one of these like sort of older, long time Thailand vloggers.
But two Americans stop talking. Great.
No, exactly. He's from friggin' Belgium, dude.
Oh, another one.
His company makes the topper I have on my mattress. His country. Whereas my country, we make obesity and lack of integrity. We make hypocrisy.
I do love our great tacos
just
in America.
Throwing out there. Yeah, right. Like that was what the British brought over with them. Thank you for allowing the Mexicans in that we're now kicking out, and they make this great food.
Hey, Eating Out Pattaya. Hey, you guys, check out Eating Out Pattaya.
Oh,
cool little
wait, is that Ryan?
Review. That is Ryan. Thanks for tuning in, Ryan.
Thanks for coming by, buddy. That's totally cool.
Much appreciated. Check out his channel. It's actually pretty cool. It's short 3 or 4 minute videos of just food reviews. And that's actually, in my opinion, it's pretty good. Might not be for everybody, but for me, I like going in, hey, where am I going to eat at? And I check it out.
Oh, it's about food. I thought food. Eating Out Pattaya meant he like really goes out there
to eat out Pattaya.
And he just like So frustrating. I mean,
Okay, guys, we're back.
the good news with YouTube is, I mean, they do have some degree of like buffer.
What channel? Mustache Guy. Oh, okay, I can be called Mustache Guy. Eating out Patia.
Eating out Patia. I mean, that is not an innuendo at all. Because I know Ryan. Isn't he the guy that he's a priest, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
That's Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate Ryan. So
man of the cloth.
Yeah, and I went with Ryan to this lunch bunch over there in Patia, and it was pretty awesome. Went to Pinky Blinders.
Pinky Blinders?
Yeah, it's actually really
lunch
awesome.
Bunch. Is that place you go to with all the girls?
No, Pinky Blinders.
No. Lunch Bunch.
No.
That's a whole bunch of old men hanging out. Yeah, that's absolutely why I want to come to Thailand. No judgment.
Yeah.
I mean, just throwing it out there.
Well, Pinky Blinders, pretty awesome place. I really enjoyed it. And if Ryan is on, type your YouTube channel in the URL. We're having some difficulties, and I would hate to try and send the link.
Right.
As our computers are going down off and on.
No, I know who you mean, Steph. Ryan Boundless. No, it's not Ryan Boundless. It's Ryan from he's eating out Patia. I mean, there's just so much material in my mind when I hear eating out Patia.
It's good.
What's the first thing you think of when you hear eating out Patia?
You know what?
Cookie Monster?
My brain didn't go there. My brain went straight to lunch.
Wow.
I mean, I am a big guy.
See, that's not what I thought.
I'm over 100 kilos, too.
Jesus. You know what's funny? So you know how like we do the BMI thing in the United States, and that sort of determines your level of obesity, right? Over here, regardless of your physical size, if you're over 100 kilos, they consider you obese.
Yeah, I guess
and because of that, I have two friends that were very excited that they were over 100 kilos, and they were, in fact, obese, so that they could get their shots early. I'm like, how did you get yours? I can't even make an appointment yet. They're like, oh, I'm over 100 kilos. I'm obese. And so therefore I'm a health risk, so I can go get my shot for COVID. Yeah. I'm like, and that's a benefit in your mind. Like, that's the reason why you're eating high fructose corn syrup wrapped in
I'll lose weight in Thailand, so maybe I'll make that a challenge. Maybe I'll be able to show you guys some before and after pictures. Kitty won't like that because she likes me pampui, which is big. Or
well, no. To be fair, pui basically is a cute way of saying.
I know it is.
You're like
so
large
stuff traveler. I really do not. I don't know the exact URL, and I can't put it in the box because I don't want to dare mess up our system right now.
Well, Ryan can. Oh no, he's not a.
If Ryan's online, just throw it in there. Thank you, Kitty. So Kitty knows who Ryan is. We see Ryan at the Wombat often. So
is that where he begins his out eating? Is that where he begins eating out?
I don't know. He's a regular there, and I'm kind of a regular there. Yeah.
Are you?
Well,
I get kind of irregular when I'm there, actually. Otherwise, I would eat a lot more fiber before I go to Wombat.
Yeah, definitely. I was there 3 times last week. And you guys, I've only been back in Thailand the past 2 weeks. Patrick, never been to Pinky Blind. It's actually really good. And when you're in Pattaya, I say let's go.
It's inland, right? I mean, it was past Second Road in Jomtien. Where's Pinky Blinders?
Yeah, so, man, I don't even know the road.
You don't remember how'd you get there? Did you take bus?
No, and we just got told be specific. So, sorry about that. But I can tell you what, Pinky though, Blinders. I appreciate Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Where is he at? Where is Joe?
No, I saw that scroll. There you go, right there.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's in the chat for you guys.
So there it is right there. Mm-hmm. There's some more specifics. There's eat out Patia, not eating out. See? Robbie the Butcher. Bam.
Dude, this is guy. I mean, you need $5.
I need $5
to take the English classes.
There we go. And a smoothie to ease my tongue.
Smoothie would be really good right now. I had a banana smoothie the other night.
You sure did.
Mm-hmm. That's what I called it. Shooby-dooby-doo.
Ryan, not a moderator, but we just gave you a huge shout out, buddy. Yeah. So you guys check out his channel. I love it. I actually really do. And Ryan, I'll see you in the next couple of days because I'll be back in Pattaya later on this evening.
Given the photos that you've been showing during the show today, I think you might actually have the ability to start a channel called Eating Out Pattaya.
I don't dare put those photos back up and have it knock us off.
I think that's what happens. I think that there's this like filter in there.
All right, let's do it.
No, don't do it. It's just bad news bears.
All right, there we go. All right, Digital Nomad. Here we go. So check out Digital Nomad. Thanks, Joe, for putting up that link.
Tom,
really appreciate it.
Tom, is he on? Because if he is, I really want to thank him publicly.
Yeah, because he usually tunes
is that Nick? Hold on, scroll down. Is that your buddy Nick?
It sure is.
Nick that killer?
Bam, Nick. So if you didn't hear
Skadoosh from
us
Nick.
earlier, we gave you a huge shout out. We talked about your journeys from 2000 last year, and that you are coming back here to Thailand the next week on the 24th. He leaves.
Using the exact same phone with the exact same Wi-Fi with the exact. Just
right.
But we're back, so that's good. Although, can you tell it? Can you? I mean, because I know that's like
it takes a minute.
There we go.
There, we are back online.
Thank you for your patience, guys.
Yeah, appreciate the shout out. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I look forward to hanging out with you.
Yeah, it'd be a pleasure to meet you. Now, is he going to come in to Bangkok and stay for a while? Is that where you're going to meet him up here? So we're going to do the show. I mean,
Nick, right?
Yeah. I mean, we could record something if he's only going to be here for a while. Because if he wants to just like boogie down to Pattaya right away, I can appreciate that.
No, I've already talked about doing an interview, a live interview on our show, and he's totally fine. Whether I'm remote there with him in Pattaya and you're here in Bangkok or whatever, we'll do it kind of like we've done in the past if we have to. I mean, that's part of our show, right?
24th. Yeah, no, that's really awesome. Dude.
Yeah, Patrick. So Peaky Blinders is up the hill. So it's down the hill. It's going down the hill and
towards Big Buddha. Yeah, you head towards Big Buddha. I got it.
Yeah. So it's the second.
Oh, I know where it is before the condo. Yeah. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, and it's actually again, it's pretty cool. I like it.
It's pretty good. Yeah,
and,
I mean, it's a hangout, right? It's a good expat hangout. The guys are pretty. We do need a real studio, Mariano. Thank you.
So Mario's
looking for investors. You want my PayPal link, buddy?
Mario's in the studio today. We got
in-studio audience.
Him. So if you hear him in the background.
Another winner. Thank you so much. My ego was fragile there for a second. Oh, wait a second, Joe. Here we go. We're going. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put that right to the studio. We're going to put that right to the studio.
Thank you guys for supporting
right on. That's a
the studio. But he does say spicy sausage is coming soon.
So, Joe, I don't know if you heard. We were actually on Soy Cowboy last night. Didn't have any spicy sausage.
No.
We probably, I mean, we're getting a little closed-minded. I think we need to get a little bit more open-minded. Yeah. And, I mean, what if there was only a video that we took last night that could prove we were there? What if there was only a technology that Robbie could say, I don't know, magically attached to his shirt that would like show us, a video of like when we were down there? Oh, dude. We didn't see that down there. We didn't see that down there. You saw that down there. I don't know where he's getting these photos, by the way. I can tell you. I don't
know where I'm getting them either, guys.
Wherever
these photos are coming from,
these
no
are
evidence.
Clandestine items that I have never seen before. No. So you know what? Here's what I was thinking about Nick, though. I wanted to get back to Nick because he said he's 21 years old.
Nick, yeah. Are you 21 or 22?
21, 22. He's in his 20s.
Yeah, very young Tony.
He comes here for the first time last year. And then he's like basically coming back a year later, committed to it. And one of the things that you and I were talking about the other night, and one of the things that we wrote down is like, just out of curiosity, guys, like what are the top 3 excuses you hear from your buddies on why they're not coming over here? 21 years old, Nick says. And so, because, I mean, I think it's kind of rare for a guy who's 21 to be like, oh, yeah, I'm coming over.
No excuses.
Yeah, and he's like, got no excuses. He's like, I am absolutely coming over here.
Yep.
And I'm doing it.
Sticks and all.
What are some of the, absolutely. So what are like some of the things you hear from your buddies about why they're not coming over here? Oh, and specifically.
Wow, this is great.
To guys who have like actually been here and then even committed to you as a good friend. I'm going to come back here. Is it like, oh, no, my daughter's graduating from high school? Or, I mean, these are real reasons. I'm talking about excuses that you label it as an excuse.
Yeah, so for guys who have never been here, we'll start off with that. Okay. Guys who have never been here, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, that's
true. You
have
not been here. You have no idea. Patrick said it best earlier when we were talking about the Lady Boys. It was like I had no idea what I was getting into, and then when I saw them for the first time and I'm hanging out, I'm like, dude, I will hang out with Lady Boys all freaking day. Because you don't know what you don't know. Oh, did you have a little bit of apprehension before you came over here?
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. I did.
Run down the street and attack you?
And like Patrick said, it is annoying when now if I hear people talking about it, it's like, oh man, aren't they this way and that way? I'm like, no, they're just normal people.
Yeah, right.
But you don't know what you don't know, and that's Thailand. If you've never been here, there's no reason why to be scared to come here. It is a super safe place. I love this place. It's a great country. Mariano he's shaking his head yes over here in our studio. Thank you for showing up. And beautiful place here. And
on a
so
number
that's one
of
reason.
levels.
One reason people
Yeah.
think it's not safe. So on my channel, Walking
That's
to Choose Thailand.
amazing. I don't get that.
I have several videos about the safety here. And here we go. The police.
I cannot help but wonder if people determine whether they're going to come to Thailand or not based on watching The Hangover Part 2.
I don't know. I
mean, is that the documentary that you base your travel plans on? It's just, it might be.
Yeah,
because they're like, am I going to wake up missing a tooth with a tiger? Yes, exactly. That's
Right.
Precisely what happens in Thailand. That's why 50 million people came here in 2019.
Yeah, and some of the people I know don't come here because they're married. Bam.
I'll let you drive.
So it's interesting, Nick. Thank you so much. So the movie that you just talked about,
Hangover Part
2.
Yeah.
He just said a comment that made him want to go. And thanks, Nick, for that input. You're at 21 years old,
right? Sure.
See, and for me, I went through life-changing alteration. In other words, not.
Oh, your divorce, you mean?
Yeah, I went through a divorce.
Yeah, right. That's a big deal.
And then my son leaving the house. Now I'm an empty nester, and I'm thinking, shoot, I got to go do something. So that was my big thing that pushed me over to come over here. But majority of guys who have been here and don't come back, I don't get it.
Especially when they have the ability to.
Especially when they have. I don't get why not, unless it's not your thing and it's not everybody's thing.
I mean, let's face it, 12-hour flights. I mean, one of the legs is basically 12 hours if you're coming from the U.S.
It's 24-hour travel from California. It's 22 and a half
pretty
if
much.
you get an ANA flight or United. It's pretty quick. Some of the other ones.
If you hop through Taiwan, you can basically transit in about 45 minutes. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the
Japan's
flights,
quick.
Man, the flights are not that deal. Patrick posted this just now. My friend's late 20s, early. Talk about long flights. Guys, the flights are hilariously. I mean, they're so much fun. I actually enjoy taking long flights.
What are you talking about? You just fall asleep.
Exactly. You fall freaking asleep.
Well, they feed you. Yeah, absolutely. Watch 5 movies. They feed you every 2 hours.
Mariano just said, eat, sleep, and repeat. That's it. You do it twice, and you're
Eat,
here.
Sleep, rave, repeat.
That's it. And you are freaking in Thailand with your American dollars lasting forever.
Last a long time. I would agree. It's
and I don't recommend coming here for a weekend or a week. I say minimum, 10 to 20 days.
People often ask me, they're like, okay, so you guys should go there regularly. Why did you make it your fun? Because I've been to Bangkok for a long weekend before. And that is a bonkers flight. But I just to get my teeth done. So I left on a Friday and I came back like on a Monday or Tuesday. And it was totally worth it. That's the thing. I fell in love with it, man. Thank you for that, Joe. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Definitely type into Google the spot Thailand and you'll probably get a picture of Robbie with his ladyboy friends.
And not only that, guys, be sure to check out, I'm not going to say the www, even I just did.
Please don't.
Bam.
Yeah.
Check out thespot.fm to tune into the live radio, live broadcasting.
Yeah, every Saturday morning,
9
a.m.
But you can click into thespot.fm, just listen to some jamming music 24/7, different shows going on. All sorts of cool stuff on there. You'll be able to get some swag. What's coming up?
That's going to be definitely. Yep. What we're going to do? We're going to do T-shirts. I know you've already got stickers for Whims Media.
Yep.
But additionally, as we were walking around last night, one of the things we were talking about is the spot dance music primarily, right? That sort of thing. So BKK.FM, which we're also live on. Again, I apologize, I said the wrong time. 8 a.m. Saturday mornings. This morning, not 7:45. We're probably going to start around 7:30. But again, at the end of the day, Saturday mornings, live on the spot.fm, live on BKK.FM. BKK.FM definitely being more rock and roll.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're into what was the play? Stumble In, right? That was they had a decent music playing last night. That's that first bar as you're coming off of Sukhumvit when you go down Soi 4. The one that's next to it, that was okay. But yeah, Stumble In was actually playing quite a bit of rock and roll music. That was kind of neat.
Yeah, so you guys definitely check it out. And there's, and again, the website is constantly being updated with some cool stuff that's going to happen. We are actually working on a full mobile app. So you can download it from the App Store.
That's going to happen soon for sure.
That is happening very, very soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty awesome. So
there's
again,
going to be QR codes too to make it really easy. Those are going to be put up all over the place.
So if you are on Walk in My Shoes Thailand or Live My Ass Off, be sure to go to the spot. Thanks, Joe, for putting the links in the boxes and all that cool stuff. Very much appreciated. So let's take a look.
That's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nick, he's having an overnight flight. And to be fair, I mean, at some point during the flight, no matter when you leave, it is overnight. Because, so when are you leaving, Nick? That's the beauty. I mean, I've left LA before at like 11 in the morning, and that's kind of a drag because then you get here and you can't really get rid of your jet lag as fast as possible.
That's a good point. So you're traveling on Thanksgiving Day. The 24th is Thanksgiving, which is a holiday in the United States.
And Christmas, great bargains. Great bargains on flying on those holidays. New Year's Day as well.
So are you traveling? You're traveling out of LAX, I believe. What time are you actually taking off? I mean, heck, you're going to have to be there at like 7 in the morning.
Who are you flying, Nick? You can fly an EVA? Or is he an A&A guy?
I think he's flying an off-brand because he found a pretty good ticket. So Nick,
God. And so now we're reconnected again, and it's definitely restreamed because again, this would go off air if it was the internet.
So are we on air on the station?
Yeah, bkk.fm and the spot.fm. We've never gone down. So restream.io. I want to let you guys know that if you are thinking about doing live streams, never buy their software. Throw your money in a fireplace before you support Restream.io. I have absolutely no tolerance for SaaS solutions that suck this bad.
We need to figure it out.
Suck as a service, I think, is what they said. You know what? I tell you what, let's make a SaaS solution. And then the CEO made the technical decision. Yeah, but let's basically make it sucky as a solution, versus like software.
And you know what? If you guys want to donate to our studio.
My God, wouldn't that be great?
Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Mick. Thank you, everybody, for just contributing. We're going to, we're looking at getting a studio real soon. We're working on that.
Right.
And so we can be on air all the time to entertain you guys and love you guys.
Right, not just for like 3.5 minute commitments as we're doing right now with today's live stream.
Pretty much. I think that was about a dozen times here. So Nick is taking off at 10:45 p.m. Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
Wow, I didn't know they left
China Airlines. Probably should have consulted with us prior, Nick.
He's sleeping on the plane.
Well,
and like Mariano said, eat, sleep, repeat.
Yeah, he's sleeping on the plane. You ever travel with a tube full of Chinese people? He's not sleeping. He's not sleeping. They make a ton of noise. I am making a massive umbrella generalization about the Chinese right now.
Nick is 21. He is sleeping. And the dude's going through, Taiwan.
What?
From China.
He's what?
China Airlines?
Yeah.
It's from Taiwan. It's not from made in China.
What's the other one? No. They're from Taiwan. There's a couple of Chinese airlines. One of them is really bad. China Southern.
China Air, something like that.
China Air.
China Airlines.
That's the one he's taking.
From Taiwan.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll have a good experience because I can tell you that there are usually it's the China. It's like China Southern is probably the one I'm thinking of, and they're just like really, really bad. But regardless, like you say, he's 21. He's going to have a good
21.
time. Yeah. That's good. I'm glad I'm educated.
You ready for something exciting, Mike?
Go. Tell me.
You
go.
ready? You ready?
Go. I'm ready.
I love this guy.
I don't even have pants on.
Chihuahua
don't even have pants on.
How's the Chihuahua treated when we get there?
Wow, $10.
And one more.
We need that's a double skadoosh, Joe. I can tell you that right now. Look at this guy. He comes in late, flops it on the table. He's like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm from Florida."
You guys know who I am.
No big whoop.
You miss me.
Yeah. How you
Thanks,
doing
Joe.
there? Maybe a little bit of meditation videos, so you guys can just like dial it back, kick it down a notch, brah.
That's right. Thank you, Joe. We really appreciate it. And you guys, we are in constant development right now to get the studio, to get a proper software, and to get us
we got the
a gig worker.
Hardware. So that's the other thing. So Shaq is actually, he's going to be posting that on Facebook soon. Yeah, we need basically like an executive assistant at the end of the day to make phone calls. More importantly, like 50% of their job is going to be to speak Thai and then translate it into English, or take our English and translate that. Because we have these like questions, like we walk down the street and I'm like, okay, so that building there has signs on it, but they're only in Thai. I wonder how much it would cost to rent, kind of thing.
Boom. So, thanks, Patrick. Yeah, he'll be here on the 16th for the morning show here in Bangkok. I thought it was the 10th. Maybe
it's okay,
but we love it anyway. 16th is perfect. I think Nick will be here also. Still,
he'll probably be down in Pattaya by that time, right?
Yeah, we're back in Bangkok. I'm not sure yet. We haven't figured out our
that'll be good. That's the other thing too, is we were talking about a meetup, but like it seemed like, because so for example, like last Saturday after the show, I met with two people. I met with Mariano later in the afternoon, but like right after the show, I met with another buddy that ended up heading down a Pattaya. So Logan is his name, and
so should we do just kind of a small little meetup?
It's like a one-off thing. That's the downside. It's like if we were to have a meet, not everyone is here at the same time. I can tell you though, because Mariano will be back in KL by that time, for example, or potentially back in Samui.
And Mario's with us right now in studio.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Another winner. We love Mario.
We love him. He's here hanging out with us today.
It's an honor. Surely, dude, because we're buddies, but I also really appreciate you coming by. This is really cool. Because basically he's just sitting there staring at us.
And clapping and giving us feedback.
Yes, thank you.
So back to the meetup. We won't call it a meetup, but we should definitely do. I think we should do like the 16th or the 17th.
We should call it a meetup. But we should spell it MEAT, and then we invite a whole bunch skadoosh, and then we invite. And they hear me say, you'reincompetent.com. Oh, my God. Anyway, we're back on. Because I know there's a delay and everything. But
so, yeah, Patrick does arrive on the 10th, but he'll be, I guess, in Bangkok on the 16th to catch the morning show, which is awesome. So we just need a plan.
Fantastic. Okay.
So 16th must be a Saturday, and that would be a good meetup day. Maybe we'll do it kind of a meetup. I love it. MEAT.
Yeah, MEAT up. And then we could basically we just run it around our
Friday.
So the 16th is a Friday. December 17th is a Saturday. So that'll be our show. So basically, that's what we're going to do. Okay. Wait, what? Dude, are you kidding me right now?
What do we get?
$100?
Bam. For the casting couch.
Ready?
Wait, I just love the casting couch idea.
But do you know that's one skadoosh every $5? Are you ready?
Here we go.
Okay. 1 skadoosh, 2 skadoosh, 3 skadoosh, 4 skadoosh, 5 skadoosh, 6 skadoosh, 7 skadoosh,
this is
8
Mike's.
skadoosh, 9 skadoosh, 10 skadoosh,
from the spot.
breather.
Oh, okay.
11 skadoosh, 12
All
skadoosh,
right.
13 skadoosh, 14 skadoosh, 15 skadoosh, 16 skadoosh, 17 skadoosh, 18 skadoosh, 19 skadoosh, and ladies and gentlemen, 20 skadoosh.
Thanks, Nick. Much appreciated.
$100.
$100.
Nick, I want to thank you for giving YouTube $50 and then also committing to basically that's actually quite a bit of money.
That is a lot of money.
What's that?
It's just for the casting couch, not for the studio.
What?
The studio.
No. It's for the studio casting couch.
Yes.
You see, Nick already
we are getting a couch.
He realizes we are putting a casting couch in our studio because we do a 90-minute show on Saturdays, which means we have Sunday through Friday to utilize that facility for the casting couch videos.
And we talked about that yesterday about having a couch and the boom mics, the whole thing.
I talked about casting pretty much.
I like the whole
boom
couch
mics.
idea.
That's where they say boom boom. That's what that comes from. It comes from boom mics, and they always had 2 of them, so it's boom boom. Because we were walking down Sukhumvit last night, and she says, "Hi, massage, boom boom," and I'm thinking, how many microphones does this woman have in her studio?
No idea.
And obviously, she has 2 of them. $100. Is that a record?
It's a record for this channel. That's for
any single given.
Sure.
Well, it probably came through in Walking in My Shoes, right?
I have no idea what channel it came on, but it
What are you
doesn't
watching
matter.
on? You're watching on Walking in My Shoes, right?
We got watching. Yeah, so we got that down there.
I think he's probably watching your channel. I can't believe he's on Live My Ass Off. Are you subscribed to Live My Ass Off?
But subscribe
Do you
to
want
the
to
spot.
live your ass off, Nick?
Yeah, subscribe to the spot. Thailand.
Nick the Killer.
Yeah,
I think he should be the host of the Meet Up.
he should. That's a lot of smoothies, by the way.
You know, they have an interesting website for like people, black people to date in the United States. You know what it's called? Black People Meet. Black People Meet. And what's interesting is the way that they spell that website, of course, as you know, starts off with www, tech guy.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
Meant to say the 17th. Okay, that's good. Oh, you know what? So that's interesting. We were talking about that, right? So the tips.
Yeah.
Which brings us, of course, to the end of the show, which means, of course, the internet is going to fail again. Restream. Loser. Jeez, we are so going to StreamYard. I can't wait to just stream the duck. We're going to rock
appreciate
the duck.
So Nick is on the spot.
Nick, you're my hero. I really appreciate it.
We can't monetize the spot yet. So.
No, so he basically, Walking in My Shoes, which is good because Walking in My Shoes was gracious enough to donate money so that we can have QR codes. So Robbie. Yeah, so Robbie and I, as you might guess, we're improving a whole bunch of stuff with the spot. Not the least of which is making a QR code. Right. We're going to be generating an app so you guys can download and pay attention.
How do we get Mario? You said we have another camera pointing at him. Let's do it. If Mario,
I need the.
All right, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to get Mario on.
Mariano. Here's what's going to happen.
I know.
Every
Robbie the
single
Butcher.
time you say his name wrong, you need to give him $5. Luckily, we've got 100 of them because you've probably said his name wrong 19 times. It's coming right out of your meat.
You're just hurting our channel by doing that.
It's coming out of your. It's coming out of your black people meat. I mean, that's the thing. There's just like so many people. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, Mariano
on there,
direct from Kuala Lumpur, ladies. Oh, look at that! Look at that, dude. Big high five.
Big high five. Boom, boom.
Absolutely.
Get it? Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Like two of them, like
That's
boom mics, like boom, boom, Mike. Mike, boom, boom. That's why she said that because she thought to herself, you know, I've been on studio. There's an amazing couch back there. I'm casting myself. Does that mean she's wearing a cast? I am just all over the place.
All over the place. So I want to get back towards our end of our show where we always like to give a few tips. So
just the tip? Joe, $5. Hold on, stand by. Boom. And skadoosh.
So you know what? Let's do this for our tips for Thailand. Yep, just the tip.
Just the tip.
I don't want you to think about that, Mike. You know, he's pretty quick. So
kind of
tips for Nick.
Oh boy!
Just be specific.
That's a great question.
Or the 2-week millionaire, which is Nick's coming as the 2-week millionaire.
Yeah.
Let's give him. What do we got for him?
Wow,
we're gonna wrap up our show with a couple of tips for Nick.
And specifically, the way I was thinking of it, what is a good tip for a guy who's 21 years old?
21.
Okay, to come over here. Yeah, I mean, like party like a rock star. Okay, but take some time out to definitely see another part of Thailand that's not necessarily on YouPorn. Go to
that's awesome.
Go to the Grand Palace and the reclining Buddha and Wat Po, because again, like I mentioned last time, like that reclining Buddha thing, it's so 180 degrees out of phase, basically from Walking Street in Pattaya, that it gives you such a good ability to see what Thailand, quite frankly, truly is.
Beautiful.
Because I mean, yeah, there's Walking Street and there's Nana and there's like, and those are like basically 5 places in the country. The country's also got 70 million people that don't ever do that nonsense. Yeah. And there's amazing beaches. I mean, I was down in Phuket, and I started in the north, and I worked all the way down to the Cape, and then a little bit on the sort of the east side. I made it to like 17, 18 beaches, and I still wasn't done with the whole island. You went last time. It is beautiful, right, Nick? Yeah, no, totally. Okay, so if you have already done that, then
we do the reclining Buddha because it's sort of in the same area, but it's not in the middle. Same piece.
That's true.
So, Nick, did you go to the reclining Buddha? So let us know, because that is a great tip for anybody, a 2-week millionaire or not, to go to that. I think it's 100 baht to get in or 200 baht to get in now.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is pretty much free, right?
That's
your
no, it's totally. And we have a word for attractions that cost less than $6 in Southern California.
So Nick did not go there. So that is a great. You know what? I'm going to do a skadoosh because that's a great idea.
It is, right?
Thank you, Mike, for providing that tip.
What's yours?
It's pretty amazing. So you know,
Because he's your
Nick-
buddy, right?
He's my buddy,
Yeah.
and my idea for Nick is oh, here we go. 25 bought a ticket.
No, 25 hours.
From TPA. Okay.
Yeah. I think Tampon is where he lives. Oh no, wait, Tampa. Sorry, I'm thinking about.
Well, Joe is going to be here. He'll be
Joe
here.
is gonna
I
be
think
here.
in March he's booked, right?
Yeah.
I think he told us he is
Mhm.
booked and committed.
Right.
And Joe, we will definitely have you
Oh my
in
God, dude.
studio. We got
Can't
smoothies.
wait
We
to
got like
hang
a
out.
dozen smoothies to give
With
you
all
because
that
that's what-
money,
all that every $5 was
basic. You know what Patrick just did, don't you? He rung our bell.
Patrick.
Yeah, he just rung the bell.
Or
Sorry,
Nick?
Nick.
Ring our bell, dude. We are doing a bell.
I need one right here.
We are going to do a bell.
Absolutely.
And when someone does that,
Ring
we'll ring
that.
the bell.
Oh,
what do you think?
yes.
Is this an executive decision?
It is
That's
an
a knuckle
executive
bump.
decision. Yeah, whenever we make an executive decision that we agree on,
Yeah.
we fist bump.
Yeah, that's it.
I
That's
wanted
it.
the chest
We're doing
bump,
a freaking bell.
but
We're
you're
doing
just
a bell.
not. I guess we're not that close yet.
So my
I'll tell you what, $100 makes us a hell of a lot closer.
Yeah.
Wow, Nick, you
Yeah.
are like the glue that holds me to this guy, especially when I talk like this.
Mm.
That's a nice
Wait,
microphone.
will you do it again? Sounds like the mice.
Sounds like two ladyboys. Wait, what? Mother of God.
Anyways, my tips for
what's your tip?
Nick is basically this, Nick. Always live your best life. Never forget to do it.
Okay.
Never forget to have a gratitude attack because if you're not living. And I appreciate you doing that. And my tip for you is, man, please let other people know what you are doing. Let them know what you're doing.
That's a great point.
Let them know that life that you are living, regardless if it's coming to Thailand, man, because it inspires a lot. Dude, you've inspired me when we went scuba diving. And if it wasn't for you saying, fuck, man, I'm going to keep going. Dude, I was ready to quit. I think I told you that. We're in the swimming pool doing our last bit of it.
Wait. You went scuba diving in a swimming pool?
Well, you had to get
just
certified
teasing,
in
I
a
know.
swimming pool. And Nick is in there and he's paddling away with his one fin in his hands. And I'm like, the dude, I mean, he's just dead tired. And he's like, man, I don't know if I'm going to. He gets back in and
Wow.
like says,
I
fuck
think
it,
we
I'm going
need
to
to-
do it. And that inspired me.
Skadoosh.
And I'm so my thing for you is to inspire others, just like you inspired me. And I know that's not really the tip to help you out in Thailand, but if you're always living that best life, what a great country to come to and live in and be.
So you put him on your channel. So obviously there's going to be some degree of publicity with his behavior. Because I will tell you, I mean, I was so honored, Nick. I mean, not to focus on any sort of like disability, if you will. Quite frankly, he might be like, no, Mike, you're the one with the disability. You got twice the friggin' muscle you got to drag all over the place.
I thought he had Downs. Don't worry
I'm
about
hopping
that.
it. Yeah, absolutely. So because I recently, I think I told you this. I told I was honored to be able to consult with this guy who's in a wheelchair. He's a C5, C6 quadriplegic.
Oh, recently.
Yes. And so that was like a couple of weeks ago. And he's like, and I'm thinking I'm not qualified. I can't help this guy. There's no ADA over here. And I'm with you. And I was actually able to help him because I was able to find people to help him because he needs to be cleaned and that sort of thing. Now, again, I'm not trying to, but the point is that it was so inspiring. To that point, Nick, he didn't know of you. He didn't know of the ability to, quite frankly, fairly easily come to, Thailand and be able to live like your best life, be able to live the dream and have, I mean, because again, you think, well, shoot, I mean, there's ramped sidewalks all over the place in, Vancouver where he's from, but not necessarily over here.
Not here.
Not here.
And Nick's going to have a great time.
And it was totally possible. That's great.
Big Guys 45. There's your link.
Nice.
What channel are you a subscriber to that? What channel is that? I haven't.
Big Guys 45.
I'm going to check it out. We're going to check it out.
Well, he's a music guy, right? So that's kind of neat. He's like an old.
Oh, 45s.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay. So I'm going to ask one more thing. Mariano, do you have a tip for coming to Thailand, either a holiday or expatting? What's a tip that you could give?
Go to the islands. Yeah, definitely go to the islands. He just got back from Samui, and I completely agree with that.
Yeah. And Mariano in studio, guys. So go to the island.
Go to the islands, yeah.
Go to the island.
That depends when you come, because do not go to Phuket in July, right? Don't necessarily go to Samui in September. It is raining in Samui right now in November, which is a bit odd. Do not go down to Pattaya or Koh Chang in September. It rains almost every single day then. But that said,
we're taking Nick down to Koh Chang this
December. Oh, it's perfect. That's a great time to go.
That's where we're headed to.
Good tip, man. The islands. Yeah,
Thank
nice.
you so much, guys.
Mhm.
So, and you ready to sign us off?
I am, absolutely.
Yeah,
and
we
so,
appreciate all you guys. for
totally
sure.
appreciate you guys coming by. We still got 12 people watching. I think we peaked at like well over 20 today, which is outstanding. We're trying to grow the channel, and like was said, The Spot, The Spot Thailand, youtube.com/@TheSpotThailand. TheSpot.fm is where you want to go for great music. You can also hear it streaming here, as well as TheSpot.fm and, of course, BKK.fm. And with that, thank you guys so much for coming by. It's Mike's from LiveMyAssOff.com saying, I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream, you're doing it wrong.
And Robbie from Walking in My Shoes, Thailand. And remember to always live your life, because if you're not, you are not living. And until next week,
Skadoosh.
Skadoosh.